4:37 p.m. Here I am. I said I wanted to get off at 4. Try and do everything that I set myself to do today at 4 from starting from 12. Didn't happen. I'm just about making some vlogs now. I think I'm gonna make them quick so that I could just come off the phone, rethink how I'm going about things. And also because I don't want to be on screens as long. Just try and get through the stuff as quickly as I can, because I find that the closer I get to being away from all the technology and the screens, the more comfortable and at peace I feel, and that's just at bare minimum. However, to get into this video, I want to say this. I think that after reading Think and Grow Rich Again by Napoleon Hill a little bit here and there, there's some stuff that I definitely resonate with and that I'd like to apply into my life, and it's about persistence. Specifically persistence when it comes to exercising on a daily basis. Now, I make videos on a daily basis, almost everyday basis. Not all the time, but more often than not, I go out my way to have something to show for each day. My middle finger, especially here, has been clicking recently. I don't know why. It's only recent. It could just be me aging, but I feel really concerned for my shoulder joints. So I'm going to get physio eventually, especially when I've got more money coming in. But anyway, I want to talk about persistence, and I want to talk about it specifically in the context of exercise logs, as I said. So I think I'm not doing enough. And although I do, as I said, make videos on a daily basis, and I make daily logs, which is for the exercise only, I think what I could do is I could make serious videos if they're just talks, just categorize them differently and make daily logs only for, or only of just me, only of me exercising. I don't know if that was coherent, but it's literally just an idea that just came up in my mind. I was actually going to say something different, but yeah, I think that could actually work. And that would be my way of trying to build that habit of exercising on a daily basis, as I've been wanting to do for a while now, so that I can actually get to a point where I'm mastering skills, which I want to do, and taking care of my health from a longer term perspective. My physical health in particular, from there I'll be able to build up through further learning how to take care of my mental health and all that stuff. If I go out my way to exercise on a daily basis, and as in like do reps, like push up reps, and learn different calisthenic skills, then I think I'd be at least further on the path to mastering skills and just being at a more ideal place with my way of life. Life's going to be the same. The sun's going to come up the same way and it's going to set the same way. It's going to go down the same way. But as for my way of life, that would have definitely changed. So life, in my opinion, as in like how the earth functions, that wouldn't change at all. But as for my way of life, if I go out my way to persist, like the book says, then I think I'd be able to further build from what I've already made, which I think is consistency through making videos on a daily basis. As I've said, what not explicitly but implied and said in different ways, I think that's not enough. I've got to really persist and go for it on a daily basis. And I think I could start today. I could start today with making this a serious video rather than a daily log, which I thought I was going to do. But yeah, I could definitely, if it's just a talk, then I could make it, have it within the serious series. That way, when it's time for the daily log, it's just exercise and exercise only. I don't want to do it. And I don't want it being exercise. I don't want to do it. I feel very comfortable right now. Even if I go for a walk or something, I'd rather that than have an effective workout. I know how to do it for my level at the moment, but I know skill decay is real. I have to work through that again. As the book said, you can really see if you really want to do it, depending on how you think about the topic of persistence, something along those lines. And I think it's at least pretty obvious to me that perhaps I don't want it enough. And in order to further desire, get to a point where I'm actually physically healthy, I'd have to want it more. I'd have to do what it takes more. Because right now I'm showing myself that when it comes to significant life-changing events, like me moving house fairly soon, this month, I can put I am willing to put exercise on the backbone burner. That's what I'm showing myself right now, and I don't want it to be like that. At least the next time when I move and I'm living, well, when I've moved out, I'd like to imagine that I've persisted long enough to the point that it's no longer. I'd like to imagine I've persisted enough to the point that I'm no longer showing myself that I am willing to put my health, like my physical and mental health, on the back burner, just because we've got going through a significant life changing decision. I'd like to have some form of things that I can rely on no matter what, and I think that exercise would be one of those things, because regardless of what's going on around me, all I need is a certain space on the ground, even if it's not inside. That's fine. That's more than fine. I'd rather it be outside, but all I really need is some space to exercise, and that's it. And I can have a effective workout from that and that alone. So I'd like to imagine that those are that would be exercise would be one of the main things that I'd always be able to rely on when it comes to whatever goes on in my life, whatever's happening. And that would be by way of going about long-term illness outside of health checks, regular health checks, before I've got any health issues, that is, any cancers, any diseases, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, that I don't think I'm doing enough when it comes to exercising on a daily basis, and to further develop me exercising to a point I feel satisfied with. Although I was going to make this a daily log, I'm going to make this an exercise log that I'd like to announce from now on, that this daily log series, although there definitely will be talks on the channel, there will only be serious videos, unless I talk a little bit after exercising or something, for example. But from now on, for when it comes to the daily logs, I'm going to announce that this is it. I'm not willing to just talk for daily logs anymore, and these will be, if there are any talks I want to have, they are fine to have, but I just want them to be outside of the daily exercise log series. So in fact, I could actually call them that in the playlist to further show to myself I'm being serious about that. So instead of calling them daily logs, I'd call them daily exercise logs, because that is what they are. That's what I want them to be. I haven't been specific enough, I don't think, when it comes to achieving that high level of performance with exercise, due to not being clear enough, through not explicitly stating that they're daily exercise logs. All I've just said is they're daily logs, and this is that. This is just that, to be fair, a daily log, one of many. But I'm going to call it a serious, I'm going to class it as a serious video, because it's not a daily exercise log, which is what I want to do on an everyday basis. And from there, I'd be able to persist. But to further set more boundaries on that, it can't just be me just doing 2 push-ups. I've got to really have an effective workout on the days that I plan to have effective workouts, regardless of how I feel about the idea of working out within the moment, like I do now, for example. That I definitely would have to go about it regardless. So otherwise, I'm not necessarily going to get the results I want, and I'd be showing myself that it's okay to not want to. It's okay to not exercise if you don't want to exercise, regardless of the fact that I don't have any health issues or anything that stops me from exercising. However, that's it. I'll leave it at that, because I just wanted to get this video out, make it quickly, so that I could just let myself not be on the screens. But yeah, that's it. Cheers to you getting the exercise logs out on an everyday basis, even if it's something like 2 push-ups, for example, no matter what from now on, unless I've got health issues, physical health issues, that is, yeah, like major severe injuries. And even then, I'd like to imagine I'll work on body parts where the injury isn't. Peace. Right. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Cheers to moving forward with this persistence thing and really increase or get it to a higher level with mastering of these calisthenics exercises that I want to do, which would be easier when I move and have a lot of more access to calisthenics parks. Peace. That'd be within the month.